welcome you into Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, home of the Runnin' Rebels, 14-9, facing off against their in-state rivals, the Nevada Wolfpack, at 19-6, live from Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. Take a look at the Mountain West standings as it's getting good here as we march on to March Madness. UNLV sitting at 4, Nevada at 7. The teams are separated by just one game. And Derek Clark here along with my partner Terrence Oglesby, former Clemson guard. And both of these teams playing extremely well. You got UNLV winners of 5 straight, but Nevada's also hot lately, 3 of their last 4.
Yeah, and we're extremely excited about this one. I'm as fired up as Derek is, and for good reason. We have a lot of really good players on both sides of the ball. But for Nevada, you have to understand, it's all about Nick Davidson over the last 4 games. He's been absolutely terrific. 20 points, almost 8.5 boards a game. He's been that good. And for UNLV, it's all about the freshman. His name is Didon. Don't call him D-Dan. It's Didon Thomas Jr. He's one of the best passing guards in all of college basketball. Forget the fact that he's a freshman. Forget that he reclassed up to join this UNLV team early. He is absolutely terrific, and he is the key to this UNLV team's success.
And the young freshman is coming off one of his best games at New Mexico, where he scored a career high. And by the way, Tio, most impressive about that game is he did it against one of the best defensive guards in Jalen House. And if you take a look over to your right, his pops is sitting right beside us, Didon Sr., ready to watch his son and the UNLV Runnin' Rebels against Nevada right here at UNLV. For those who have been watching Extreme E Championship on FS2, that program will resume in its entirety when our game moves to FS1. And here we go from Thomas and Mack. Pretty good crowd, Tio. We weren't sure how many people were going to be here, but it looks like they are ready to show up for this rivalry game.
It absolutely is. And 2 really good teams. A lot of size, a lot of physicality for both squads. It's going to be interesting to see. How about a little sky hook to start this game? I'm not mad at it.
That was a very, very aggressive move there by the young freshman. Here's a good player right here, Keenan Blackshear, who's at the head of the attack for the new Nevada Wolfpack.
Keenan Blackshear is the guy to watch, too. Besides Nick Davidson, Blackshear's kind of the head of the snake for this Wolfpack team. He scores from everywhere. But the matchup today between him and Luis Rodriguez is one to watch.
There's a guy there that's been scoring for quite a long time, Jared Lucas. And he gets the Nevada Wolfpack on the board first.
You'll notice right off the bat, Derek, the physicality on the defensive end of the floor. Nevada's not going to extend their pressure out towards half court, but once you get to about that NBA line, the pressure is real. But if you move the ball, you can hit shots.
Boy, you might have just spoke that one right into existence as twin number 1, Keelan Boone, strokes it from the outside.
Yeah, Boone. I mean, he's the more skilled out of the 2. Boone brothers, twins, Oklahoma State. They started there, and now they're reunited again here for the Runnin' Rebels. Similar body types, different skill sets.
There's Davidson, the guy you talked about. Lucas, the shot clock winding down. Pulls up for 3. Oh, my goodness. That is one way to announce yourself, as he's now scored the last 2 buckets for the Wolfpack. Not playing around, not playing games as Lucas, is he?
No, he certainly isn't. That's a few good defensive possessions. You're going to give up some shots on the perimeter if you're Nevada. But by and large, you're able to defend with physicality. You're going to have your way. Good defensive possession by UNLV.
An uncharacteristic turnover there by Blackshear. Now UNLV's got it. They double the post. For 3. This there by Rodriguez, who is their leading 3-point shooter. Doesn't take a lot of them. But if you're looking for a 3-pointer from UNLV, it's going to be that guy. Missing the post there by Hines. Gets his own rebound, and he's swatted at the rim by the elite shot blocker, the other Boone. They give it to him again. Under turn, and swatted again. Get it out, says Whaley.
By Rob Whaley. He's got some bounce. The big fella. Hey, he's not the tallest guy in the world, an obscene athlete.
Boy, he looks like he should be on the D-line next to Aaron Donald.
Absolutely. 6'6", 6'7", 265. Built like a Mack truck.
So now 10 on the shot clock for the Wolfpack. Denied their last 2 times at the rim. Coleman's going to have to go. And it's going to be an offensive foul.
How about that defensive possession by Keelan Boone? Excuse me, Keelan Boone. I apologize.
That was actually Caleb Boone on the block, it looked like. And here is the offensive foul. Clear out.
Trey Coleman trying to be aggressive at the end of the clock. Defensive possessions here early have been indicative of what this game's going to be like. There are 2 teams that are big, physical. Really, the only small guard on the floor is De'Don Thomas Jr.
Here is Caleb Boone, the other twin, drawing the foul.
Hey, Caleb,
second foul.
Yeah, Caleb Boone's a handful. I mean, he's always on balance. He can go over either shoulder and score. And he's become a better passer throughout his collegiate career. He was an all Big 12 guy before transferring to UNLV. I mean, at Oklahoma State before transferring to UNLV. I mean, he knows what he is. We talked to Coach Kevin Kruger earlier today. He's not a guy that's going to try to extend himself out. He's not trying to handle the ball on the perimeter. He knows where his bread is buttered. That's inside 8 feet. And he is a magician in the post.
And don't let his wiry frame fool you. That's something that we also talked to head coach Kruger about. I mean, he looks wiry, but he will get after it down in the post. Well, actually, and sliding in. What was it? That just looked like his feet got swept out from under him. He might have slipped on a wet spot. Here's the second look.
I think their feet just got tangled up, and Rodriguez's right elbow, you see as he went down.
Yeah, he didn't have any time to brace his fall.
He did.
But it looks like he's going to stay in the game. And we want to welcome all the viewers in from FS2. This is a Silver State rivalry between UNLV and Nevada, as both teams trying to battle for supremacy in the Mountain West Conference. UNLV has won 5 straight. Nevada has won 3 of their last 4. And the story of the game, Terrence, has been the defense so far. We saw some spectacular plays by the Rebels down low.
That's exactly right. It's all been above the rim. There's been a couple of knockdown shots for Nevada by Jared Lucas, but by and large, this has been an exceedingly physical ball game, but you can't let this guy get hot.
Extremely bad idea to let someone who's shooting 39% from 3 have an easy look at the basket. Here's Rodriguez cut off. Another great look by Keelan Boone. Not that time.
Jared Lucas has scored all 8 points. You need to find him now.
He's hot again. Not that time. And a great rebound up the escalator is Keelan Boone, who's been everywhere. Here's the freshman Brooklyn Hicks that just checked into the game. They double the post. They're working on that and shoot around. Good pass. Rodriguez fires from the corner. T.O. maybe had an extra pass there if he swung it to the wing. He would have had a more open shot there. Are you kidding me? Whaley is rejecting everything he sees.
Wow. How physical has this game been, Derek? Massive block on one end, physical play on the other. 2 teams, a rivalry game, playing really well.
And we want to make sure you guys join us over here at FS1. Those watching on FS2, it's barely getting good, folks. Strap in for the ride. Welcome back to UNLV, where Nevada has jumped out to an 8-4 lead, but UNLV has had a whale of a time down low, rejecting everything. It's been a block party. You can feel the barbecue cooking. All the families have been invited. And it's been just that kind of a day right here for UNLV, who, by the way, they're one of the best teams in the Mountain West and Block, second. So you can expect this kind of a party here, down here in Las Vegas.
Well, what I will say is Rob Whaley, who's pictured, one of the most explosive athletes in the Mountain West Conference. And not only that, if you try to attack his body, you just bounce off. 265, the ability to get off the floor. There's a lot of long athletic bodies. Now, he's not long and athletic. He's built more powerfully, but by and large, this UNLV team, full of talent, full of athleticism. Fun team to watch.
Luis Rodriguez, native of Inglewood, knocks down a couple free throws. And Luis Rodriguez is a guy that you could argue hasn't even really unlocked his full potential. He's working on his three-point shot, but he's one heck of an athlete. I'm sure that Kevin Kruger would like to see what more that he can get out of it.
Well, that's kind of been his thing his entire college career. Good defensive possession. Hey, UNLV's been active, right? I mean, they're in the passing lanes. You got to know where Jared Lucas is because he's such a good scorer. But back to Rodriguez, he hasn't been able to shoot the ball his entire college career. That's the thing that's holding him back because, like you said, Derek, he has all those other things. 6'5", super athletic, can really defend multiple positions. It's a guy, if he's able to take that step and knock down shots, could really change the trajectory of what he's able to do on the basketball floor.
Double team in the corner. Caleb steps through it. Oh, Hicks looked like he might have gotten away with a walk right there. And a floater way off the mark. It's Lucas with his head up. Blackshear sees a lane. It's cut off. Now that's a clear out. Step through. And that pass is picked off and intercepted by Dedan Thomas Jr. Oh, Whaley was cutting. Boone didn't see him, but he's going to try and score himself, and that didn't quite work out. Whaley called for the ball. Didn't quite get it. Blackshear. That's going to be another offensive foul.
Blackshear's got to be patient today. As Coach Kevin Kruger, he's done a fantastic job preparing these guys. He's got a lot of players on this UNLV team that can match Blackshear's physicality. But I really like what Coach Kevin Kruger's done. Just he's lived in the transfer portal. They're playing exceedingly well, and their teams get better as the season goes on. And that's a sign of coaching in a day and age where the transfer portal has been so impactful to so many different programs.
And much like you, he was a collegiate basketball player, the starting point guard on this very UNLV team, a team that went to the Sweet 16 in 2007 under his dad, Lon Kruger, and then right before he got this job, he was an assistant coach at Oklahoma under his dad, Lon Kruger. Inside, and they are now 1 for 9. Thomas trying to change that. Boone for 3.
That's a great shot by Boone. That's a better read by Dedan Thomas Jr. His ability to bring the defense to him. Help side slips under, and he finds the raised guy in Boone, who knocks it down with ease.
How about Tylen Pope getting some early minutes here, the redshirt junior for head coach Steve Alford. Wasn't sure if he was going to play a lot, but he's in there. Nice foul line jumper there by Nick Davidson.
I love that offensive possession by Nevada. It's second side of the offense. Ball moves, little high-low, and Davidson, who's a very capable shooter, finds his range from about 15 feet.
Small three-guard lineup here for UNLV. Thomas draws 2, down low, pump fake up and under. Oh, just smoked it a little bit. Good look there, just couldn't convert. Nope, not quite. Nice rebound there by Caleb Boone. Thomas scoreless.
This is where he's dangerous, though. When you're not playing against a set defense, he can just manipulate the D. Great move. And one. Derek, that was pretty talented right there for a freshman. How about that?
And how about this? Off the wrong foot. Left foot, left hand, a soft floater over the top of the defense.
Look at this. Coming off his ball screen, he takes his time, sees Pope backing up, and as a point guard, and especially an undersized point guard, if he's backing up, he's at your mercy. This is a big-time shot. Like you said, wrong foot, nice touch. And Thomas is listed as 6'1". I think that's a bit generous. I'm saying that quietly because we're sitting beside his dad. But so talented. And the thing is, you know, people say, well, small guards, how do they fit into today's game? My man's been small all his life. This is not something new to him, and he has found ways to perform consistently.
And by the way, he's 18 years old. it's very possible that he could grow a couple more inches. You never know with some of these guys. I mean, Anthony Davis was 6'2", in high school was a point guard, and all of a sudden he's 6'11". So you just never know with some of these college guys. But if he is already accustomed to playing small, it's a bonus if he gets those extra inches. UNLV 12-10 now. They've taken the lead after Nevada got out to that 8-4 start. Davidson in post. They show 2.
There's got to be better movement away from the basketball. UNLV trapping everything in the post.
On one, shot clock winding down. Blackshear sees it. And Robinson chases down the rebound, and it's going to result in an easy Davidson basket. So a lot of offensive rebounds, creating extra opportunities for both teams.
I love that. Tyler Rollison, very smart. He was in the corner, and when you're in the corner, shot goes up, you're supposed to get back, but you run through the free throw line, basically handed right to him.
It's the 3rd offensive rebound as another small guard, lefty guard, goes right to the basket. That's Jackie Johnson III. Johnson is a guy they like. Last year, he hit the go-ahead 3 late in overtime to defeat Nevada at Reno. Pope fires away. Good look there, just couldn't get it to go. Referees will rule it.
Doing a terrific job attacking the offensive glass. And how about the small guy playing big? Got UNLV up 2. Rivalry game here at UNLV. Currently up 2 points, but to start this game, Derek, Jared Lucas was on fire, and he's such a terrific scorer. Whether it's creating off the bounce, coming off down screens, he is dangerous. And when he has a smaller defender on him, he can just rise up and shoot over the top. Jared Lucas, every time I've had a game with Nevada, he has lit the place up. He's a terrific scorer, been a big-time scorer his entire career, even going back to high school, over 3,000 points in the state of California.
Yeah, he played for his dad, Jeff Lucas. Actually, really close to where around I grew up. Hacienda Heights was just over the hill. I grew up in La Mirada, California. So, that's a local product. And by the way, let's not forget to mention, he played 3 really good years for Oregon State.
He did.
He made the 6th most threes for Oregon State in a single season history his last year there. And last year, he surpassed 1,000 career points as a Mountain West Newcomer of the Year as a member of the Wolfpack.
Well, he gives this Nevada team, they're not a team that takes a ton of threes. It's him and Hunter McIntosh who has the ball right there. That will take shots from beyond the arc, but this is a team that loves to play inside. He's really relied upon to get some of those shots coming off screens. This is another great defensive possession by UNLV.
There's Foster. He does another shot clock. Now he's going to fire and try and beat it. And wow, he does. So Foster looked up just in time and got the jumper to go. Someone probably tapped him on his shoulder and said, you should probably shoot this young man. And now here they go, harassing defense once again. They take it away from Whaley. No look pass in the corner, Rollison. Almost. This has been a defensive struggle right now.
Well, it certainly has.
Both teams getting after it.
Yeah, it certainly has. And Blackshear, how about the pass, though, by Blackshear? Coming up the left side of the court, sees the right corner, Rollison, just in and out. But what terrific floor vision by the 6'5" Blackshear.
14-14, about halfway through this half. There's the double in the post again. You see both teams doing this. Here's Jackson, the pull-up. Knocked down, no call. Offensive rebound. Whaley puts it back.
Hey, how about that? The strength of Rob Whaley Jr. Dad was drafted by the Utah Jazz. It's in the genes for sure.
Well, that's a veteran move by Blackshear. Everything but the finish. As he draws the foul, he's going to go to the free throw line.
About Rob Whaley just attacking the offensive boards, and he shows how big and physical. Look, guys just bounce off of him, Derek, and he's so strong that it doesn't even look like they're touching it. It's physical in the post. And then on the other side, you see Keenan Blackshear teaching this young freshman, Brooklyn Hicks.
Yep.
Hey, Brooklyn Hicks is a talented kid, but that's something you have to learn. Whenever the guy makes his move, you have to stay on your feet, maintain your verticality, put your chest on, make that shot difficult.
And Tio, that's a fifth-year player picking on a freshman.
That's absolutely.
That's not fair.
That's absolutely what that is. And look, Brooklyn Hicks got a bright future. I think he's going to score a lot of points in a UNLV uniform, but that particular case, Keenan Blackshear, so difficult to defend.
Yeah, Blackshear came over from FAU. Native of Orlando, Florida.
And was a point guard by accident. They had some injuries. They're like, well, we don't have a point guard on roster. Keenan's going to have to run it for us. Turned out they got a gym and a big guard who really sees the floor. So, a bit fortunate.
A nice finish there by Whaley. But did you see the pass by the young Thomas Jr.?
He just knows where to get before the pass, right, to create that angle. Really beyond his years. The more I watch Rob Whaley Jr., though, I mean, the more impressed I am.
And he's a guy that didn't start the season in the starting lineup, but with the injury to Justin Webster, he was inserted in there and he's kind of kept his spot. And I can see why. There's a double at the post. They've been doing that consistently. Johnson's got it. Fires away.
That's an awesome defensive possession. You trap that ball side. And then Daniel Foster on the other end just understands positioning. Speaking of which,
there's Foster, creates another offensive rebound. Lucas straight away. It's chalk.
That's like shooting fish in a barrel.
That's a layup.
It really is. Scores the first 8 points of the game, gets a walk-in three. That cannot happen. Mr. Clark, look, an offensive rebound's also the best time to shoot a three-pointer, right? Defense is collapsed in. You get that wide open. What a pass!
There he goes. Whaley on the trampoline. He's been everywhere for the running Rebels.
Unbelievable. I mean, I love the finish. Don't get me wrong.
Good strong play there by Himes down inside, but
that pass on the previous possession, mind-blowing. Look, Deon Thomas, little no-look. That's his offhand, Mr. Clark.
What offhand? The man says I can do it with both. There it is. He leads all NCAA freshmen in minutes and assists. And what's impressive about that is the Mountain West is full of guards that know how to pass the ball, but most of the leaders in the Mountain West are fifth-year guards.
That's absolutely right. And here's the thing. He plays an old man's game. He understands leverage whenever some of these high-pressure guards from other teams in the Mountain West defend him. But, my goodness, his ability just to see the action before it happens, use his eyes to manipulate the defense has been really impressive. And KJ Himes, he's been around for a while. He brings a certain edge and physicality to the five position for the Wolfpack.
'2020, it's all tied up. You couldn't ask for a better rivalry game to start. Low pass that time, and Whaley's doubled. I don't think it matters. I really don't think it matters. They have no answer whatsoever for Rob Whaley Jr. And by the look on his face, he knows it.
And Derek, he knows that they're going to send the double team, so he catches the ball and makes a fast move before that double team can get there.
Lucas again. He's kept the Wolfpack in it with 11 of their 20 points. And now the Rebels have taken some of the momentum. Again, probing, patience. Oh, what a follow by Caleb Boone.
Energy effort plays for the runner Rebs. This has been a physical ball game. And around the rim, it's been UNLV.
The airport's not that far away, but we've certainly seen some people flying pretty high around here. It's been a game of acrobatics.
Need a quick ball screen. Let Thomas go to work right here.
There's the screen. Goes away from it this time. Jab step for three.
That would have taken the lid off this play.
Man, I'm telling you.
I don't love the jab step shot because you're moving the ball so well. so many good plays. Like, let that ball work for you and attack when you have the advantage. Look how calm, composed, collected.
There's the double. He's got to fire away from 3. 7-0 run. And the Wolfpack need a timeout.
And it's not just hitting threes, Derek. It's an offensive rebounder, too. And Mr. Boone, an absolute flush. UNLV, they're the running Rebs. They're off and running here in Las Vegas.
Well, UNLV is out to their largest lead of the day at 27-20. And a major reason why they've run out to this lead is the ecstatic play of Rob Whaley Jr. Not only has he not missed a shot from the floor, but he's added 2 ridiculous highlight blocks just on top of that.
My man's a walking refrigerator. I mean, he is that big and strong. It's amazing to see in person. And obviously, when you watch guys in film, you get a certain feel. But seeing Rob Whaley Jr. in person, it gives a different perspective because guys just bounce off of him. So big, so strong. And if the NBA doesn't work out,
I'm telling you.
Hey, the Las Vegas Raiders right down the street, a couple blocks away, matter of fact. You might need to give it a try.
I have to holler at Max Crosby.
I like this right here, a little 1-1-3 monster zone with the bigs up top. Just a curveball, if nothing else.
Trey Coleman back in the game for the Wolfpack with 2 fouls. Lucas thought about it. Shot clock's winding down. Someone's got to shoot it. It's going to be Coleman. In and out, no good. And Russell and Davidson and Boone fighting with it. And it looks like it's going to be a jump ball, possession arrow favoring the Wolfpack. So they create another opportunity for themselves.
You have to appreciate Nevada's methodical approach to the offense so far. Whether the running Rebs are in man or zone, get this guy the ball. I mean, he's firing away. I don't love that shot.
Well, they need to be a little bit less methodical because they're shooting 7 for 22 from the floor. Davidson off the rip, and he got it.
How about that move? Young man Nick Davidson, 6'10", able to put it on the deck. Little hook shot in the lane.
Thomas attacking again. He sees 2, and he knows where to pass the ball. Oh, that time Caleb Boone looked up to the rim before he caught the basketball and turned it over. And here's a look at veteran head coach Steve Alford in his 5th season as Nevada head coach. He previously served as the head coach at UCLA, where a lot of you know his name the most, as Blackshear. Oh, trying to wham it on somebody. Didn't work, but he's going to draw a foul. Steve Alford likes that guy, huh?
Yeah, he really does. He just does a little bit of everything. I like the aggressiveness here. A little slow to fast. If you want to make a statement, go right ahead. But
and on Whaley, too.
Yeah, but hey, Whaley jumped straight up and down. Blackshear just bounced off of him. Hey, and you're young, Derek. Steve Alford was a pretty good player at Indiana, too. I don't know.
Hey, watch it now. You're not that much older than me, young fella.
I like Blackshear's pace. I like his rhythm. I do think it has been a defensive struggle for both teams, sure, but you know, Blackshear's able to create something out of nothing because of his size, playing against a smaller guard. The problem today is UNLV has several guys that are like-sized that they can match up with.
Well, one of them's going to be sitting on the bench for a second. That's Whaley. He just picked up the 2nd foul. So now this is a good chance for Nevada to sort of crawl their way back in this game with Whaley on the bench. They show his zone defensively, looks like. Or maybe not. Oops, still man, but there's a double. Forcing pass. Somebody's open. He's triple team. And he's going to throw up a shot. Not sure about that offensive possession. But that gives Nevada a chance to run again. Oh, off the mark pass there by Trey Coleman. Unforced error, and that's a big missed opportunity early on. As I said, Whaley's on the bench. So Nevada's got to make sure they're efficient with their offensive possessions. 8 for 24 from the floor. Now, UNLV not much better at 10 for 24. So, defensive struggle. Thomas.
Great pass.
Rodriguez fires 3. Well, that looked good coming out of his hand.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I'm shocked he's been a career 30% guy. I mean, you alluded to it. It comes off his hand nice.
Oh, that's a good call. That's a good call. But it was one that UNLV's not going to like. As Blackshear tried to split the defense down the middle and was tripped and fouled. 27-24 in this rivalry game. Plenty of basketball left to be played. Don't go away. Well, coming up on the halftime report, Rob Stowe, Casey Jacobson, Laval Jordan in the studio. We'll have highlights from around the country, including 3 top 25 showdowns. Plus, we're going to get a look at all the first half highlights and stats from here in Vegas. That's all coming up on the halftime report. And here's what happened today, Tio, and looks like chalk so far, but look at that Utah State victory. Upset on the road by Colorado State, so that's a big win for the Rams.
It certainly is. Another 18 and 8 assists for my man Isaiah Stevens. Hey, Utah State this season has been very much feast or famine, and I love what Danny Sprinkle's done. They didn't bring one guy back from last year's roster, and what he's done to turn basically that whole roster into what it is now has been excellent. Greg Osobor, one of the most electric players in this league.
I just got done watching him in Wyoming. I was up there calling that game, and now with that Utah State loss there, they open up the door for San Diego State, Boise State, and UNLV if they can get a win here.
What a league.
I know.
This is great.
This is the kind of league where you stay up till 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific to watch.
No doubt.
Lots of great basketball, both on FS1 and on Fox today. As Coleman gets aggressive, runs out of room, tries to go over trees. Offensive rebound, Foster, and he's fouled. By the way, Caleb Boone, before we came back, he picked up his second, so he had 2 big men in foul trouble. That's why you see Carl Jones, the senior, in the game.
Nick Davidson's offensive rebound right here. Look at Luis Rodriguez holding on for all he can. It's been that kind of game, though, so far. Not a great offensive performance by either squad. It's starting to get there. They're finding some rhythm. But by and large, it has been a defensive grind session today.
Looks like that foul was called on Rodriguez. He picks up his first.
The previous play is under further
so they're going to, I can already tell you what's going to happen. So they're going to the monitor to look for Luis Rodriguez for a hook and hold foul. And I think what's going to happen, it's going to end up being a flagrant 1 because of it. It is Rodriguez. They called the foul. I'm surprised, though, that they weren't evaluating that hook and hold.
I do agree with you. I did see a little bit of extracurricular, but you know, in a rivalry game like this, it's been nice and physical and intense, and you really don't want to call a flagrant unless you absolutely have to.
No, that's right. That's right. I did think he got away with one because Davison had his left arm tucked underneath.
And you're a player. You know sometimes both players are sort of getting under each other's arms, and you know how they do it. Each one trying to sell that the other one was hooking the other one.
We're going to be able to take another look at it. You're going to see number 15 has his arm right there.
Yep.
And that's why I thought they should have gone back and looked for a hook and hold foul. Very easily could have been that.
Yeah, if one of those players had grabbed and turned, then I think we would respond in a moment. Remember what I said when Whaley went to the bench? It was Nevada's time to try and get back into the game. Well, look at this. 6-0 run. They have taken advantage, and now that's going to be an offensive foul. And Hicks is looking around confused.
It's a good call.
Wants an explanation.
And
what did you see there?
We're going to be able to take another look at this one, I believe. Look at him holding off. And that elbow, they're going to go and take a look at this and see if it went above the shoulders. I think this one's fine, quite frankly. It was a push-off shoot. It was an offensive foul. I don't think it went above the shoulders. So I think it'll be fine. You're going to take a look here at number 20. Does it go above the head net? I don't think so. I think this is a common foul, easy push off, and you resume play. But that was terrific defense. Daniel Foster.
Was that on Hicks or was that on Boone?
It was on Boone.
I didn't see much from Hicks on that.
No. It was on Boone. It was on Boone trying to post up against number 20, Daniel Foster. You're going to be able to take a look at it right here.
Oh, yeah. It looks like he didn't even see him.
Hey, and a little bit of embellishment, too, by Foster. And I approve. Australian guy.
Referee's coming over to explain. Common foul. Thanks to the referee, Kristen Esparza, coming over to explain it.
Good call. And you know what I appreciate, too, Derek? Go to the monitor, figure it out, and get out of there. We don't need 20-minute reviews.
I like that.
No,
I like that.
Quick 10-second review.
You know, and you're not the only one who has lamented the length of reviews when we can all see it. As we can all see that nice dunk by Davidson, who thought he was hit on the head. But yeah, that's something that a lot of people, college basketball fans and NBA fans, frankly. I mean, we got instant replay, got HD television. We can all see the play. Why does it need to take 35 seconds to review? You want to get the call right, but you don't want to stop the flow of the game. Here is Keelan Boone. Nice one-on-one park move there. And he's got the jumper to go. UNLV back in front.
And Boone does it differently than his brother Caleb. Little fade away, get to the middle, use your length to go over top. His brother much more likely to use a little hook shot.
Good pass there by Foster on the cut. A little high pass. There was a no-look again by Blackshear. Just a little bit high.
I love a little pick and roll action, but I love it even more whenever you push that ball ahead, and we didn't get to see it, but you push that ball ahead real quick, and the defense is scrambling. Excellent recognition by Foster to make that pass to the cutting Nick Davidson.
By the way, Nevada, a team that doesn't turn the ball over that much. They already have 7. That's an air ball from Keelan Boone. You don't see that very often.
Shut the door, Derek.
Yeah. And as I was saying, second in the Mountain West in the turnover margin and second in assist to turnover ratio, but they've got 7. They've got to clean that up tonight. 29-28, 2:06 to go in the half. Blackshear was working early. Oh no, an unforced error there. That's going to be a turnover. Unless it was tip. Nope. It was absolutely a turnover. That was frustrating.
That was terrific defense by Keelan Boone, because what happened was Jared Lucas curls that screen, and because Boone comes down and helps off the guy who passed it, he couldn't go straight up and shoot it.
Jared Lucas had that hot start, but hasn't scored in about 9 to 10 minutes. 8 turnovers now from the bench. And yet, it's only a 1-point game. So you figure if you clean it up, if you're the Wolfpack, that's all you got to do as Thomas is tripping behind on Blackshear.
So cerebral. And what he does, too, when he comes off ball screens, it's called a trap dribble, to where the defender is on his back. Whenever Dedan Thomas feels you on his back, you're finished, because he controls where you're going to go. So good at using your momentum against you.
Second foul by Blackshear. Again, that's something that NBA veteran little guards like Trae Young, Jalen Brunson.
Well, Chris Paul was the first guy to do it.
Right.
That trap dribble, he's just so good at.
That's what the little guards have done. Got to find a way to get an advantage when you're small. Thomas is going to take off, and he induces a foul call on Tyler Wallison, freshman. Freshman on freshman.
Him and Boone are working a 2-man game between giving the post in and out, but you'll see his quickness will change of direction. It's that initial bump by Rollison that gets the foul call. But it's amazing to see, really, how quick this veteran-laden UNLV team embraced Dedan Thomas. Because sometimes, you know, you get a lot of transfers. Running Rebels lived in the portal this past offseason. For them to trust him as quickly as they did says a lot about, 1, the young man, and 2, the young man's talent.
Well, that's how he carries himself. That was something that the coaching staff of the Running Rebels were saying about Thomas is the way his leadership is just as a young guy. And by the way, he reclassified as a freshman. 3 years graduated in high school, then came over here. 18 years old, he's got a lot of growth to do, and this is just the start of his great career. Here's Pope, pump fakes, had a look, didn't take it. And before Davidson Isaac could get the dunk.
Hey, I love that defensive possession by number 22, Carl Jones for UNLV. Hey, look, he's not going to score 10 points, but when he comes into the ball game, he knows his role, and that's active defensively and above the rim finisher when he's in the dunker spot offensively. He's not going to get too complicated, but he can impact the game with his energy and effort.
Came over from LA Southwest Community College in Los Angeles unincorporated. Here's Boone firing a three. There it goes.
Hey, who else passed it to him but Dedan Thomas? Got the mismatch. Pope is out on an island. He creates something quick and for an easy catch and shoot.
He's on double-double watch, 8 points, 4 assists. It's getting loud in here. McIntosh, no. Hustling on the sidelines. And it goes to UNLV again. Every day they're hustling.
I love it. Get Pope out on an island, attack him, force help. That's a bucket. Mr. Boone, corner pocket.
The implications in this game, as we just saw from the standings we saw earlier, stakes couldn't be higher. Both teams, last time they played their respective games, both teams were viewed as being on the bubble for the NCAA tournament. It's still a lot to be determined in that, but
it's not just a rivalry game.
Oh, yeah. There's stuff on the line here, folks. 19-6 overall, Nevada. An impressive overall record, but they could use a win right here. Take a look again at the standings. And UNLV, maybe or maybe not won't get into the tournament 14-9 overall, but they could go a long way by winning the Mountain West tournament.
Or the regular season,
or the regular season title. That'll put something on their resume.
Well, it's certainly, look at the league, though, all the way down in Nevada, who has 5 losses. Every team with 4 or 5 losses in that top 7. I mean, really incredible when you talk about the depth of this Mountain West Conference. An older league, excuse me, I'm sorry for interrupting you. An older league outside of Dedan Thomas Jr. Bunch of older guys that know how to play.
Thomas has got it. Clock winding down. Spin around. Takes off. Floater in the lane. Gets the roll. The patience of the young Thomas knew exactly what he wanted to do as the clock was expiring. Took his time. A lot of patience. And he scores, and UNLV's got their largest lead of the game.
No better decision maker in the Mountain West Conference than a freshman at Dedan Thomas Jr. Big time shot to close the half.
36-28 as we are just getting ready for this one, folks. I mean, the best thing about this game is that we've got 20 more minutes to go. Don't go away. UNLV on top. Welcome back to Thomas and Mack, where the UNLV Runnin' Rebels are up by 8 here, 36-28 here in UNLV. And one of the biggest reasons, Tio, why they've been leading is behind the leadership of their young freshman point guard, Dedan Thomas Jr.
Yeah, freshman leadership. You don't hear those two words together all that often, but he's controlled this basketball game, Derek, just from both his ability to score and pass the basketball. But in my opinion, these are the two guys, Mountain West Freshman of the Year, him and JT Toppin. JT Toppin does it differently, 6'9", 6'10", lives above the rim, rebounds the ball really well. But Dedan Thomas Jr. today has been absolutely terrific with what he's done, both scoring the basketball around the rim. And it's quite crazy that he's 5'10", 5'11". He's able to finish some of those. But that's where he excels. The electric passing, the no-looks, the bounce passes, the pinpoints. He has impacted this game in so many ways. And not to mention, he's been shooting the ball at a really nice clip this year from beyond the arc. A guy that plays beyond his years.
Well, this is a local kid, Las Vegas native. Been doing this for a while right around these parts. Don't go away. Big finish on the other end. Welcome back to Thomas and Mack Arena, where the UNLV Rebels, the home team, is leading the Nevada Wolfpack across state rival 36-28 here as we take a look at some of the halftime stats And Kevin Kruger's got to be pretty happy with the way his squad started. They're out shooting the opponent. They are outscoring them in the paint 18-10, and they're turning the ball over less than their opponent. Those are 3 stats right there that are key in resulting in wins. And there's a look at Keelan Boone and what he's done. 11 points. The field goal percentage is low, but that hasn't really.
It's more than 3 points.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
more than 3 of 6 from 3 that's been impactful. UNLV is the worst shooting 3-point team in the Mountain West. And here's the thing. Whenever Nevada's sending double teams, it's been Boone, Keelan, that's been able to make those shots when it comes out to the perimeter. So he's going to have to continue doing that because Nevada's really going to crowd the paint defensively.
And that start right there, just as we were talking about how they don't turn the ball over, they come out with the turnover. But this game is far from over. Nevada has all the firepower in the world to come back and win this game. They just have to play a little bit more disciplined and under control. Cut down the turnovers, see if they can get Jared Lucas some free looks at the basket like they did when they started the game.
They're going to need Keenan Blackshear to play better. I mean, 0 for 3 in the first half. He's kind of the key to what they do. They're going to have to find him with a little bit more consistency.
Blackshear got a nice look there as Coleman was in trouble and came over and helped out his teammate.
And he's the guy that can create for this Nevada team at the end of the shot clock. You have to have that guy. But he's so lengthy and athletic, he can shoot over the top.
There's that double. Boone's in trouble. Gets out of it. Oh, nice pass there. They move the basketball. And swarming out of the trap of the defense is Rodriguez to score. And Bailey looked like he might be a little hurt as he's trying to shake off something. He says, nope, I don't want to come out. He's wincing in pain.
It's a nice seal off the post by Rodriguez.
Actually looking for that pull-up fadeaway. Not that time. They swing it around. Good shot there by Nevada. There we go. It's Coleman from downtown. Right back in the game.
Coleman only 5 points in their last contest. Kind of the 4th option on the floor for this Wolfpack team. A defensive player, certainly capable.
And there's Boone taking off to the basket. And not quite. Boy, it looked like he had bad intentions going to the rim. But he'll settle for 2 free throw attempts.
I like KJ Himes coming over on help side and setting a presence. But here on the other end, that ball swings around. Trey Coleman able to knock it down. You got to make those.
Man, what a contest. Man, that's a tough call.
Well, it's the rule of verticality, right? If you jump up in the air and you're fading one way or another, and he was launching into the offensive player, that's going to be a foul. KJ Himes has to go straight up, kind of in a cylinder, if you will. He doesn't want to get the foul call.
And with the way the game is moving, they are protecting the offensive players more and more, especially as they take off into the air and go to the rim. So you really have to make it obvious that it's a charging foul if you're going to get him in.
Well, they're not calling charges anymore. That's the great part about this year.
Right.
Is it has to be, yeah, exactly. So you have to be better defending in the air now. You're not going to be bailed out by a charge call anymore as a secondary defender.
LV goes back up by 7. Tried to know at the end. This time it's snatched away. 3 on 3. Thomas will pull it out. No numbers. Now he's got the big dog in the paint. They double him. Will it matter? No! Absolutely not! Rob Whaley Jr. I don't think he cares how many bodies he sees. It ain't gonna matter. Too big, too strong, too powerful. A whale of a human being, true to his name.
You know what I also loved, outside of being the strongest person on planet Earth, is he's making that move so quickly because the defense can't send that second defender, right? So you throw it in, makes a quick move. He doesn't have to deal with the trap coming.
Right after that strong start by Nevada, look who we have here again. It's 10-point lead, their largest once again. They are bottling up Nevada right now. Nowhere to go. Coleman, there we go. Oh, Sam, that's pretty much how it's gone for the most of the night. You were going to get a free shot out of that. There were 2 guys, 1 defender. One of them would have had a free look. but just an unfortunate turnover. What's going on here?
Nevada falling all over each other. Hey, a great defensive possession. Coach Alford obviously not happy, but a great defensive possession by UNLV because they kept the ball on one side of the floor. And when you have that type of length on the perimeter with Keelan Boone, with some of these other guys, you can really affect what teams are going to do. You can flood to the ball side, and that's exactly what they did with active hands.
Tio, did that look like almost a psychological turnover right there? There wasn't really anyone in the area, but clearly this defense is flustered about it. And even when you have a free shot, you just can't execute it. And Boone is bottled up. I don't think that shot will count. It looks like he won.
There's a lot of contact, but
yeah, he wanted a call.
No, but Nevada's best when the ball changes sides of the floor and they attack late in the clock. You'll see a quick down screen for Lucas, and he's going to be able to come off the other side. And Don Thomas just doing a terrific job tucking and tailing.
Here's a good look down there by Hines. That's their best offensive look in a long time. KJ Hines, who started 22 of 23 games, only missed a couple games with an illness in the Hawaii tournament. Came off the bench in that championship tournament game.
He's a guy who's finally healthy for the majority of a season. Yeah. Over the course of his college career, really struggled staying healthy.
And there's a good look by Bill, but he's stuck from behind by KJ Hines. And now they've got numbers. Wolfpack to the rim. And he does it on the other side. Textbook hustle on defense, and he gets rewarded by offense on the other end. That's something that'll make Steve Alford proud. He gets the block, and then the bucket.
And here's the thing, whenever you get a block in this manner, you're off to the races. Excellent job. Himes coming from behind, blocking the shot, and you're not going against a set defense, and you can get it close to the rim. KJ Himes.
And the triple whammy with Whaley now with his third foul. Converts the three-point play. Now a critical stretch here for UNLV. Last half, when Whaley went to the bench, Tio, that's when Nevada made their run. Freshman Brooklyn Hicks into the game. There's Thomas, the quick move. And that time they took it away from him and diving on the floor. And looks like they're going to call Keelan Boone for a loose ball foul after he got the grip. Still a 5-point game here. Nevada trying to crawl their way back in it.
I'm going to be honest with you, Derek. There's grown men that play basketball, and then there's men named Rob Whaley Jr. I called him a walking refrigerator, and I think that's right, because he is the strongest man on planet Earth. It's unbelievable. He's impacted this game with his physicality, and this one in particular, just throwing Nick Davidson out of the way. I mean, supremely strong, really athletic, and has really impacted this game on both sides of the floor. Rob Whaley Jr., when he's been in the game, has been terrific.
You know, I'm not quite sure that refrigerator is accurate, because refrigerators should not be able to leap as high as this guy can.
He just makes such an impact on this game just by taking up so much space. And he's making quick decisions with the basketball. A lot of times, post players, they like to catch the ball, turn around, observe the defense. But because he's making moves quickly, he doesn't have to deal with the double teams, and he's done a terrific job so far.
So Terrence, let's talk a little bit of strategy here for head coach Kevin Kruger. How long do you wait? Whaley's got 3 fouls. He's clearly been the most impactful player as Lucas gets going from downtown. How long do you wait until you put Whaley back in?
I think right now, I think this is just part of his rest period. Give him a couple of minutes, get him back in the game right at that 12-minute mark or so. But I'll say this, he just does a terrific job of just impacting everything inside of 15 feet. But it's been Nevada here lately.
They needed that one as Nevada's on an 8-0 run, and it continues. Blackshear's on the attack, behind the back. Needs help.
Blackshear needs to get this ball back.
He's got it back. One-on-one against the freshman. Oh, and the freshman got the better of it that time.
That was terrific help defense by Keelan Boone. Sticking his hand in there, knocking it off of Blackshear's leg. He's not happy.
And
But you're not just guarding. You're not just playing offense against one guy. I mean, whenever he observes the floor from the top of the key, he needs to see the guy behind the person guarding him because he requires so much attention. You know you can beat the initial defender. It's about what happens with the other one.
Fortunate bounce there as the ball comes back to the Nevada running Rebels off the deflection. And you saw on the sideline after the freshman got that stop, Brooklyn Hicks, he got some love on the sideline from his assistant coach. Told him he did a great job.
Nice cut to the basket. Not able to finish. That's just a tough call. That's wrong place, wrong time by Blackshear. Not happy.
Third. It's his third.
And that's a big one. He controls everything the Wolfpack does.
Here's Rodriguez at the free throw line. Rodriguez, just a 68% foul shooter. And that's the one thing that can happen when you have a defensive, physical game. You have a lot of players that pick up a lot of fouls. And that can play a big part in what happens down the stretch if coaches don't have all their available arsenal. As Blackshear goes to the bench, and McIntosh is going to come in for him. 4-point game.
McIntosh was actually an all-CAA guard at Elon. They're going to need him to make some shots.
That's a good look by Coleman. Look at how high the freshman jumped for that rebound. Rodriguez turning the corner. Left it shot from Caleb Boone on the foul.
The pace is so good. Right?
They're going to have to investigate something illegal must be in that man's shoes. Just springs in the bottom of his Nikes. Oh, Hines, that time. The call is, it's a foul on UNLV. They want to travel. They're not going to get it.
When UNLV has scored, though, Derek, it's been because their pace has been good. And Didon Thomas, quick handoff, quick attack. Rodriguez gets downhill. Doesn't matter about the miss. Boone knows what to do. But when they've played with pace offensively, they've been able to find opportunities.
That foul was on Keelan Boone, who picks up his third as well. Oh, Rip City. Ball ends up right in the hands of Thomas Sr., who was more than ready to catch that one. And UNLV is back in control of this game, at least as of now. 2-point game a few seconds ago. As Hicks is getting some more props on the sideline, and here comes Whaley. Back in the game with 3 fouls. He's got to be smart. Way too much time. If he picks up his 4th, he will be gone for a 1. Coleman harassing the young freshman. A lot of dribbling. Boone in single coverage for once in his life. Now the double comes. Spins into it. In trouble. Bottle up it. No, he's not. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. He got to where he wanted, just couldn't finish. So that time, they waited a second until they threw the second man out. Thought he could go one-on-one, but not quite. Lucas fires away straight away. Not there. But look at him hustle for the rebound. That's Davidson. Got to move the ball. Someone's open. Coleman comes the ball like a running back and scores.
And it's all created by Nick Davidson with that offensive rebound.
Oh, the crafty Thomas draws a foul near the UNLV logo, and Trey Coleman is beside himself that he got called for that foul. And he picks up his 3rd.
You get a mismatch up top. Here we see Coleman. Attacks the rim. And that was off an offensive rebound. That ball swung around. He's able to attack a closeout.
Thomas is doing just a little bit of everything. I mean, he just simply invented a foul on one of their best defenders. Boone, single coverage. This time he goes up quickly, and Caleb Boone has been a little flustered down there.
He didn't have his feet underneath him on that one.
He was trying to go quickly. Looked like to beat the double he knew was coming, but didn't quite do it.
Well, he got to his spot. And Hines, being the physical defender that he is, doing a really good job of knocking him off balance with his hands up in the air.
There's some physicality. Alfred's wondering why that's not a foul. There it is.
That was a matter of time.
You knew that was coming. I mean, with the way this game has been called, and Rodriguez isn't in foul trouble. That's only his second, so he could be a little bit more aggressive, but you knew that foul was happening.
Well, they're letting him play, and I like all that. That's all well and good. But if you're Rodriguez, I mean, maintain your discipline while staying physical. I mean, that's really important.
And that actually is his third foul. But there's a turnover, and it's going the other way. Offensive foul.
Hey, and look, if I'm a five-man, I'm trying to get Jared Lucas open. I'm okay with an occasional offensive foul in terms of moving screens. Now, can't turn the ball over more than a couple times doing that, but watch out.
Freshman's in complete control of the game. Lob up to Carl Jones. Flying above the rim.
You're right. He keeps it so simple. Easy pick and roll, downhill, help defender comes, throw it out.
What doesn't D-Don Thomas Jr. do? He draws fouls, he gets buckets, he gets assists. The biggest day in racing just got bigger as Grand Marshal Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will kick off the Daytona 500. The Great American Race returns tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern, only on Fox. Well, there's a reason why D-Don Thomas Jr. chose to play. He had offers from a whole lot of different colleges and wanted to come play with his dad. There's a look at D-Don Sr., who was a great player for UNLV back in his time. Played from 91 to 94, 1 year after that championship Running Rebels UNLV team. And is it just me, or is Senior enjoying the game that Junior's playing right now?
He's got to be thrilled. I mean, when point guards point guards, that's usually not terrible. And D-Don Thomas has been that guy. It just keeps the game so simple. And while we were in break, they went back and reviewed the previous possession. It's going to have been upgraded to a flagrant one. Wow. There's an elbow above the head or neck. They're going to shoot 2 free throws and get the ball back.
Wow, that is a huge turn of events in this 6-point game.
The defensive pressure for UNLV, I mean, when they're able to keep you stagnant and not let you move the ball, they just do so much damage. Quite frankly, it's frustrating for the opposing team.
Calmly nails 2 free throws, and here's a look at the flagrant foul.
And you'll see a sweep through. I'm not quite sure.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that one. But nevertheless, I think it had a lot to do with D-Don Thomas being a little smaller and catching a shoulder to the face, because it's in the head or neck area.
They reviewed that and called that a flagrant?
They did.
Here we were talking about how the referees were letting a lot go in the first half and not calling flagrant when they didn't do it. Here's a pullback dribble by D-Don Thomas. It is his show in Thomas and Mack in the city of Sin.
A little pullback. Simple pullback dribble. Get the man on his heels, raise up, fire away. Pops likes it. And why wouldn't he? His son is putting on a clinic here at Thomas and Mack.
Now Thomas Jr. is up to 15 points, and just like that, they've got their largest lead. So that flagrant foul, Terrence. Come back to that if Nevada loses that game. That's a critical turn in the second half with 11 minutes to go. And there's another near turnover. Nevada fortunate to get that back. Crowd is into it now. Like Nevada needs a score here. There's a good look. Oh, not quite. Offensive rebound, and that looks like it's going to be a loose ball foul on Carl Jones.
And I'm going to be honest, I thought K.J. Himes might have gotten away with one with the off arm on the offensive rebound attempt.
He did have position, though.
You have to enjoy watching a player like KJ Himes. He just understands his role, right? He's not going to overexert himself. He's going to attack the offensive glass, be physical in the post. It's been a physical ball game.
Nevada badly needs a response. This is the guy to do it, but that's off. He forced that one. And Lucas has been cold ever since he had those early 11 points. Just 3 points since that flurry in the first half. Well, Nevada's going to have to solve this problem right here with the ball in his hands if they have any hope of coming back. He's in rhythm now. Pull-up jumper. Oh, not quite. But Whaley, hustling, but goes away. Thomas with the heat check there. I mean, everything.
No, I thought it was actually a good decision. He comes off, helps a little late, rises up.
Yep.
And here's the thing. If he doesn't take that shot, then the defense is never going to fully commit, and that's when he's been good at getting rid of the ball. This crew was able to get him out just for a couple of minutes, I would imagine, until the under 8 timeout to get him back to close this game out.
Going to run the show with Jackie Johnson and the other freshman, Brooklyn Hicks. They're also going to bring in Justin Webster. Critical stretch here for Nevada once again. Himes, physical coverage. There's a double. And they're going to rule that he was smacked in the face. Jones and Whaley were in the area.
They've really they've really struggled getting any kind of clean look. I mean, UNLV's defense, no matter who comes in the game, there's just so much length and athleticism. Oh, I don't like that one. Hey, Derek, we've had the whole game where we've been physical. You haven't called touch fouls. That's one where, hey, look, I know you're guarding out on the perimeter. That's all well and good, but that wasn't enough. This has been a physical ball game the whole time. You can't all of a sudden change it up.
Well, what it will do, Tio, is it's going to put both teams in the bonus now, as UNLV will join Nevada in bonus territory where Nevada already was. It'll be the freshman Tyler Rollison from St. Bernard High School in Los Angeles, California. Shoot the free throw. 1-1. Calmly knocks down the first.
Hey, we've been critical of the last couple of foul calls. By and large, though, the referees have done a nice job controlling this game. It's gotten a little bit too physical, trying to rein these players back in just a little bit.
Well, now, unfortunately, the rhythm of the game is going to suffer. We're going to have 10 minutes of players shooting free throws every time
that's
they get fouled.
Touche. That's a good point right there.
No one likes to watch a free throw contest.
And I like this by Coach Alford in Nevada. Deon Thomas out of the game. Bring a little pressure.
Got to wonder how often this particular 5 is on the floor for UNLV. Probably, I can guess off the top of my head, not very many combined minutes this particular lineup.
No, but a little bit of foul trouble. You got to give Deon Thomas a little rest. You're hoping to just steal some before the under 8.
Coleman bailed out on a foul. Looked like he was going to run into no man's land. Here comes Keelan Boone
right away, right? Like your defense, one of your defensive captains, a guy who can defend multiple positions. You put him in. Now he's going to be defending the 5. And somebody who's really vocal on the defensive end of the floor to at least try to organize some of these chaos situations that Nevada's been putting them in since Boone and Thomas both went to the bench.
Coleman can't get that free throw to go. On the All-Mountain West defensive team last year. Webster, nice pocket pass. Oh, man. Nice block at the rim there. If it was clean. Scramble in the corner. Who wants it?
I didn't see what happened. That's a big-time block.
You thought he was going to rise up and yam that down, but then someone came out of nowhere. Here it is. Take a second look.
KJ Himes showing on this ball screen. Wow. The ability to show, give back to the roll guy. That's the part I didn't see was what happened on the sideline, quite frankly. We had a couple guys standing up, but good hustle. Boone in the mix. He's going to shoot some free throws.
That's a foul, yep.
Yeah, big time block, though. KJ Himes, the ability to get out, cover a ball screen, and get back. Contest the dunk.
Run into the one-and-one good by Keelan Boone.
Ball comes off his hand nice, right? Keelan transferring from Pacific. Didn't realize he was even going to get to play until, what was it, mid-December.
Creighton game, yeah.
Yeah, the Creighton game. Found out he was going to play in the game 3 hours before tip.
Yeah, that was the whole NCAA two-time transfer rule injunction court ruling thing. A lot of, not just him, but a lot of players to play. Good take to bring by Blackshear. Oh, they need him to start getting going. Good sign for Nevada. But quickly the other way are the Rebels.
And quite frankly, they're going to need Blackshear to be a little bit more assertive off the bounce, especially with Luis Rodriguez on the bench.
Strong take by Johnson. Doesn't get the roll. Nevada's got a chance here to change the momentum. Blackshear wants to clear out, spins around. Almost traveled, kept his foot down barely. Davidson, oh, nice flurry of moves inside. Good patience by the redshirt sophomore. 4-0 run.
Davidson, the reigning Mountain West Player of the Week. Terrific step through.
Played at Mater Dei in California. Here's a nice look there by Boone. Whaley's tipping it and hustling. And there goes Coleman to get it. And can't quite get it, but it's going to be a foul. A late call, but possibly the right one. That foul's going to go against Keelan Boone, and that's his fourth.
Nevada just continues battling. Nick Davidson, he's been good. How about a little up and under? A little swim through. Nick Davidson trying to keep him in it. It's a freshman leading the way for the running Rebels. And De'Don Thomas Jr. just impacts the game on so many levels, whether it's making crisp passes into the post, acting as a facilitator to guys holding their seals, or creating for himself and getting an and one. De'Don Thomas Jr. pops, is happy. He has controlled this ball game from start to nearly the finish. And over the last, his season average is 12.4. Over the last 5 games, he's been much better than that, averaging over 15.6 and 4 assists per game over the last 5. He's had to be more assertive because guys are trying to limit his impact of what he does passing the ball, so the defense is a little bit slower to come up to him. After that, he has to make some of these decisions and take some of those shots. So that shot that we talked about earlier on that left elbow, that's one he needs to take to keep that defense honest.
And he's got so much time to figure out those little things in his game. Ebbs and flows of a basketball game. When to take shots, when to pass. It's early in his development, and he is looking good right now. He's coming into his own. There he goes again. Wow. Just missed that one. He was almost too open now.
That's right. He just does such a good job of keeping the defense on his back, right? He controls what you're able to do.
Actually, you're going to try and slow things down. In the post, Davidson, and that's not going to count. I don't think. Shouldn't count. Nevada wants it to count, but he was fouled before the shot.
And here's the thing, UNLV has been trapping baseline side the entire game. You have to get there earlier, and you have to force that catch a little bit further away from the basket if you're UNLV. But Davidson, he's been steady Eddie for this Nevada team today. I mean, 12 points, 9 boards. He doesn't do difficult things. He doesn't make the game harder than it needs to be. Bit fortunate if you're in the UNLV that he missed that.
Team, they're now 11 for 15 at the line, so still a good percentage, but trying to come back and need as many of these points as you can get. That's one there. 6-0 run for Nevada.
It's played like a true rivalry game, hasn't it? I mean, runs by both teams. Every time it seems like UNLV is going to take off with it. Nevada just makes their way back.
Nice cross-court pass. Oh, there we go, Boone. Adjusted to the quick double. And then he turned it over. Blackshear is going to try and make the case that he didn't touch it. Caleb Boone has just looked kind of out of sorts today. I'm not sure what's going on. Three things happening with Caleb Boone in the post. They're frustrating him all night.
Oh, I don't like that call. I don't like that call, and I don't necessarily think the official was in the correct position to make that call. Keenan Blackshear has been visibly frustrated with the officiating pretty much the entire game. He needs to let it go. Because, let's be honest, like, he's the guy that makes this Wolfpack team go.
And it's just unfortunate with all these foul calls. Now, like I said, 6:53 kind of takes the energy out of the rivalry game. Go back and forth. It's a scramble on the floor, picked up by Rodriguez, and a player touched it right as it went in, but they're going to say the basket's good. Blackshear quickly the other way, and almost got the end one.
Man, it has been physical.
Yeah.
Bodies flying everywhere. Look. We talk about a rivalry game. My word, Luis Rodriguez, that was an I'm tougher than you basket. Here comes Caleb Boone on top of everybody. Fortunate nobody was injured.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He may have touched that as it was going through. The basket was going to go in. Blackshear back at the free throw line, where he's done most of his damage from a scoring perspective. Now 5 for 5 at the free throw line, 9 points. He does have 4 fouls, but Steve Alford can't really afford to have him off the floor right now. Nevada trying to stay within arm's length.
You're playing on the road in conference. You just want to hang around and give yourself a chance at the end. So far, Nevada's been doing that.
One more Nevada foul, they'll be the double bonus. Boone again is doubled. Got to get it out of there. Bodies hitting the deck. It's picked off by the Wolfpack. Lucas fires in transition. Not quite. And Lucas that time, T.O. as he gets the ball back, but he looked at his shot, didn't chase it as it went to the rim. Fortunate the Wolfpack got it back. The admiration of his jumper. Blackshear changed his mind. Coleman fires away. They need this. No good. Hustling again, and it's going to go. Looks like it should go to the running Rebels. Nothing going right for the Wolfpack.
But they're getting solid looks.
Yeah.
Just not able to convert. UNLV is going to take a timeout. Man, it's been physical. It's been fun. Fouls aplenty. Don't worry about that.
59-53. Nevada trying to get back in it, but the Rebels got something to say. Well, these teams have matched up a lot over the years. 98th meeting all time, and UNLV leads this series, as you see up the screen, but they've also won the last 4. And Terrence, they're going to see each other again up in Reno, and it's going to be the absolute last game of the Mountain West Conference.
They're familiar.
Yeah. I would say so. They call this the Silver State rivalry. So,
a pretty good crowd on hand here in Las Vegas, considering it's Saturday night in Las Vegas.
Yeah, there's
a lot of things to do in Las Vegas.
You know, this is probably the most packed it's been since Victor Wembanyama was running around here in the Summer League. I was at the Summer League trying to see Wemby play. It was a packed house all around the court. Standing room only, pretty much. 6-point lead for UNLV. It's a double. Thomas gets around it. Wow. Wide open jumper in the corner.
Wow. They're trying everything, is Nevada, to slow down D-Don, but they trap. He attacks the slower defender.
I mean, it's just like Tom chasing Jerry out.
That's exactly what it is. That's a good analogy. He's
just too fast. Can't get him.
And not to mention, not only is he faster, but he's a step ahead. He's a step ahead cerebrally, too.
Whaley just picked up his 5th foul, and it is indeed, or 4th foul, excuse me. It is indeed a season high in attendance.
It's amazing what 5 wins in a row will do for you.
Yeah, bring him back out.
Davidson at the line. Shooting 2.
Davidson at the line. No problem there. He's up to 14 points. Ties Lucas as the Wolfpack leading scorer.
He hasn't made a difficult play yet. I mean, he's always in position. He does his early work. I think him alongside Caleb Boone, who is in the screen, they do their early work as well as anybody in this conference, whether it's deep post position, moving without the basketball, putting themselves in spots on the floor to have success. That's what a lot of kids do coming up from high school. That's the hardest thing to learn, right? You set yourself up to score before you even touch the ball, and those guys have it down.
7-point game. We're just about under 5 minutes to go. Here's the guy to have it. Flips it over to Johnson. That's short. Wolfpack on the rebound. Lucas. Oh, good recovery there by Rodriguez to get to the shooter before he gets fouled away.
Hey, Luis Rodriguez only has 8 points.
Wow. And live, that really didn't look like a good call. We're going to look at it. But Hines looked like he was just standing there. Unfortunate call.
We'll be able to take a look at it. Look at the lower body. Here's the thing. You have to give the defender a step. You have to give the defender a step. So whenever he comes up, you have to give the defender adequate room. You can't just run up on top of the guy.
And they're giving offensive players every single break in the game. I mean, 10 years ago, that's a standard screen. Thomas with it again. Picks up his dribble. Boone's inside. There's a double. Good pass there that time. And Keelan Boone to the basket. Great patience there.
Terrific patience. And the ball moved from side to side. You get it in the post. The double team comes. Swing, and then Keelan Boone able to attack. I mean, long athletic. Oh, wow. Slapped in the face. I'm curious to see, do they go and review this one? It's above the head or neck.
Well, regardless of if they review it or not, that's his 5th foul. And, yeah, based on how they've gone reviewing the other calls.
Well, it could have been inadvertent contact as well, but I like the aggressiveness. It's neither here nor there. They're not going to review it. But Keelan Boone, he's hit some shots from the field. So what does he do? He's able to use his shot fake, counter the defense closing out so closely, and he's just so long and athletic. And he covers so much space with that extra step.
Oh, and he misses 2 big free throws right there, leaving the door open for Nevada. But Nevada, can they capitalize?
They got to find a way to get Jared Lucas the basketball. Here he comes on the backside. Luis Rodriguez.
There's going to be, oh, wow. T.O., it looked like he was fouled into the travel as he was trying to pick off the ball for the pick 6 and run the other way. But no call. We'll see how it all shakes out. We'll be back soon. Nevada down by 7 here. And Terrence, let's talk a little bit of strategy here. With the way this game is going, it's very, very physical. Nevada down by 7. You know it's going to be free throws and free throws and free throws and more free throws. How do they get back into this game when you know the rhythm of this game is going to be disrupted?
I think you put the ball in your best player's hand if you're Nevada, and that's Keenan Blackshear. He has the size and ability to create those fouls. As you see him in your screen, he's a guy that no matter what happens, he can at least get to 12 feet. And then from there, he can either extend over the top. But today, I'm going to be honest, Luis Rodriguez has done a terrific job on him defensively. He matches him size-wise, and he was the one called for a travel right before this break. But so switchable, so strong, so athletic. I mean, he could be a prime-time defender, and he has certainly been that today.
Well, he's also been one of the rare players that can play freely that has not been in foul trouble for the majority of this game. Keenan Blackshear, 4 fouls. KJ Himes just fouled out of the game. And on the other side, Boone's got 4 fouls. That's Keelan Boone. And Whaley Jr. with 4 fouls as well.
You got to find a way to get Jared Lucas a shot.
He'll attack the inside. There's the inside deal. Good move there by Boston.
Wow. Really nice move. And that was a design play. They knew 2 people were going to jump out at Lucas. Hit that first screener. Foster, terrific left-hand finish.
That creeping just a little bit closer. Running Rebels could use a basket here. This is the guy to do it and create. He's been the artist so far. There he goes. Not quite. Follow no good. Wolfpack got a chance here. Foster going to look for a guard to set it up. There's Coleman. Oh, had a look. Find it. One-on-one in the post. There's Davidson. And too late on the double. Squirmed right through it and scored. Here come the Wolfpack. He's down by only 3.
He's been the consistent offense.
Crowd trying to encourage the running Rebels to close this game out. But the Wolfpack aren't going to go away. Boone sees the double. That time handles it. Rodriguez for 3. An air ball. Now Nevada's got another shot. It's Blackshear changing gears to the rim. And he's got it. It's a 1-point game.
What I tell you, Derek, the size, the speed, the athleticism to be that guy that can create something for you when you need a bucket. That's Keenan Blackshear. Terrific defensive stop, forcing the running Rebs to pass it to the one guy that you're willing to live with, shooting it from beyond the arc, and that's Luis Rodriguez. Then you're off to the races. Keenan Blackshear, absolutely terrific. With a head of steam, you can forget about it. Quick move, lefty finish. Mr. Blackshear has him within 1. What a game.
Shifted the transmission from 3rd to 5th very quickly. Got to his spot. And didn't it seem like just a few moments ago, UNLV was up by 7, packed out, ready to run away with this game? But
they're like that the whole game, right?
You knew Nevada was not going to go. Both these teams need this game just as badly. Especially for UNLV right now, sitting tied in the loss column with all those teams we mentioned right above them and right with them. But Nevada, if they want to get back into firm positioning in the NCAA tournament picture, they really could use this game. Lots to be determined. Thomas, Johnson, Whaley, Boone, and Rodriguez. That's just kind of the night it's been for Caleb Boone, and that's the thing that makes head coaches insane. Called the timeout, drew the play up, and turned.
Yeah, they had a high-low. Here's my thing, and I don't love that call, as Alford's going to call timeout to try to set something up for Nevada's offense. I don't love that call. It's been De'Don Thomas who has controlled this basketball game. Put the ball in your best player's hands, set a high ball screen, and see what he can do. Because he has made decisions not just for himself, but for everybody, and he's attacked some of these double teams on ball screens exceedingly well.
And Nevada's last lead in this game was 28-27 with 3:08 to go in the first half. They've got a chance to take the lead here late in this ball game, and this is what they've got coming up. Got Wyoming there at San Jose State. You got to go at Colorado State, Fort Collins. That's a game that I will actually be doing. Fresno State, Boise State, and then, of course, finish UNLV. So, got some winnable games in there, T.O.
Yeah, there certainly are. I mean, but this is a bragging rights game, and for UNLV, they got throttled by Air Force at home. That's one they're also going to need to win. Both teams, this is a terrific opportunity for both squads to really pad that resume. And quite frankly, we looked at the Mountain West standings earlier. I mean, this is neck and neck for the top 6, 7 teams in this league. I mean, a massive game for both squads, as you alluded to.
Yeah, with that Utah State loss coming down to the pack, it's now really anyone's conference to win. This is as loud as it's been all night, and that's saying something because there have been a lot of highlight plays for UNLV. Crowd trying to encourage their team to the finish line. A big defensive possession for UNLV right here. Let's see if they can execute out of the timeout. Eight on the shot clock.
Wow. I thought that was great defense by Jackie Johnson III coming over. And you'll see him coming baseline side. Reads it.
Nope.
And man, it was close. I mean, you have to get there really early.
Yeah, he looked like he ran right into him. Double-double now for Davidson. 17 points, 10 rebounds. So a gamble there doesn't pay off. Davidson at the line to top. There it is. 1:33 to go.
He hits this. It's their first lead since 28-27 in the first half. I mean, this is, they have just hung around and hung around and hung around and take the lead with $1:33 to go. This has been a lesson in perseverance by the Wolfpack. They've just stayed at it.
10-0 Nevada Wolfpack run.
You got to get a high ball screen right here. Set a little high ball screen or a Spain action to have a guy replace. Outside of that, let your best player go to work, and that's D-Dan Thomas Jr.
He's working right now. Floater in the lane, gets the ball.
There you go. On cue.
Clutch basket for D-Don Thomas. And Steve Alford wants to talk this over. I mean, did you expect anybody else?
No. And there's no rush in what he's doing.
Look at Pops. He's like, I knew this was happening. Didn't you?
I did too. Hey, look, the thing that's so admirable is the patience of that last play, right? I don't know if we're going to be able to, but you're going to see that was the second ball screen. He took his time, got into the middle of the lane. He could have attacked off the first one, realized he didn't have the momentum, waits, gets the defender on his back.
And a little ice age, a little freeze in the lane.
That's exactly right.
Another thing to remember is both teams are in the double bonus. So any personal foul is going to be 2 free throws, whether they're shooting an attempt or not.
Crowd on their feet.
Who wants this? Who wants this rivalry game? Davidson, double. Coleman, driving, slipping. Davidson, firing. Not gonna go. Rebound to Nevada Wolfpack. Davidson ducks under, and it's good! Buster!
Nick Davidson keeps making it happen. Offensive boards, a little bit of everything. Give it to your best player, D-Dan, or D-Don, excuse me.
He's in trouble, and they get a timeout.
Great composure. Point guard gets trapped.
Yeah, that's a great timeout there by Kevin Crew. And a great trap there by the Wolfpack. So now it's time, Tio, to talk some serious strategy. What is going on right now on the sideline of UNLV? As take a look at the last Nevada basket first.
Hey, Nick Davidson's been good.
Yep.
And then the ball just kind of finds him. Ball usually finds the guy with the most energy. Nick Davidson has the most energy. That's a terrific pass, and Foster's able to finish. And here's the thing. If you're UNLV, you're going to have to find a way to get D-Don Thomas the basketball. It could be on the second side. Let him get rid of it and then try to get it back. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm setting a ball screen. I'm flying somebody from the baseline to sprint up into a ball screen and let that young man work. He is more than capable of winning this game for the Running Rebs.
And the basket he just scored, you saw what they did. They put the ball in his hands. They let him get inside. And if he gets beyond his defenders, got a defender on his backside, that means the defenders have to come up to see him. He can either do what he did last time, get that floater, but now he's got multiple options to pass the ball if he gets in that situation again.
You are correct. And he's so good at reading that. And, you know, we've talked about what he's done, you know, over the course of the season, a little over 12 points a game. Over the last 5 games, he's had to score more, over 15 points a game. And it's because of situations like this. People are showing late to help. And as a result, he's had to get some more shot attempts up.
There he goes to get it. Thomas turns the corner, floater, and he's fouled. It won't go, but he'll go to the free throw line. So they did exactly what you wanted him to do, T.O., and now he's got to go to the free throw line to convert 2 clutch free throws.
And I actually thought the foul was before that, but you see Foster, he's straight up. Hands went down first. That's great job.
Yep.
Deion Thomas, man, he's a problem. I mean, so good. They find the matchup they want. They send a ball screen. He attacks Foster. Big free throws.
Oh, and he missed a big one right there. He's a 71% free throw shooter. Got to calm his nerves down. Get this one to go. He's had a great game. He wants to finish this one.
Now you got to foul. You have to foul. You have to foul.
That's the guy they didn't want to foul. Jared Lucas, 91% free throw shooter. Leads the Mountain West by far. 8th in the NCAA in free throw percentage.
Here's another thing. UNLV, no timeouts left in this ball game.
Man.
You're going to have to make something happen quick.
After the game you just feel for the young man not able to make one of those free throws.
Hey, this game's not over. I mean, the problem is you fouled that man.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to have to make something happen really quickly. You don't necessarily need a 3. Attack the cup. If somebody converges in, then you take the 3. But UNLV, better when they attack the basket.
Two clutch free throws. They can foul here and prevent the 3. So this is the old chess match of coaches. Let's see what happens. It's playing out so far. Thomas can go to the rack and score. No timeouts. Got to foul right away. Try to keep Lucas away from the basketball at all costs. And they're going to talk it over here.
Nevada uses their last timeout. I mean, this is really big. Now you have to communicate with your team. No more timeouts. You're going to have to find something to do with this basketball. If you're Nevada, get your best inbounder in and then give yourself space to operate. So don't line up at the free throw elbows and try to break open. Give yourself a chance to come in to get the ball with speed, preferably with Jared Lucas, who's one of the country's best free throw shooters.
Yeah, that's definitely the guy you don't want with the ball. But if you look up and down the roster, really it's anybody but him. Most of the Nevada Wolfpack are shooting mid-70s, high 60s. So good looking UNLV right now. They're trying to calm the young man down and encourage him. Get the game plan straight. Execute defensively, UNLV. Good huddle up there by Keelan Boone, the leader. Got to make sure you get this in if you're Nevada. Any tip ball could be chaos.
You got to get Jared Lucas this ball.
And they get it to him. They got a foul. T.O., is there any way that UNLV could get someone else to catch that ball?
I think the way they were lined up, it was going to make it hard. Plus, Nice job by Coach Steve Alford to remind his player, you can run the baseline, set everybody up on the right side of the floor, have him run the other direction. There's just so much room over there. It's really difficult to not let them inbound the ball. And he's clutch, isn't he?
You can pretty much expect this next one to go in. And here comes Webster in the game.
Justin Webster, who hasn't shot the ball great this season, shot 46% from three last year at Hawaii. So he's certainly capable. You have to have guys who can fill it up with Lucas more than likely knocking down this one to put them up 3.
We got 5 shooters in the game for UNLV. Here they go. Thomas with 4, with 3, with 2, step back! And it's an air ball. And that is how Nevada is going to come from behind and stun the running Rebels, who led for most of the game. They go on a 16-4 run. They march into here in rival territory and knock off the running Rebels. A huge win for the Wolfpack and a disappointing loss for Didon Thomas and the UNLV running Rebels.
They just hung around. Nick Davidson continues his stellar play, and Keenan Blackshear making things happen when you needed it most in the second half. Quality road win for this Nevada Wolfpack team, who really managed the end of the game well.
Yeah, they executed better than UNLV did. They were cool down the stretch, and that's what won them the game. And now look at that call to the Mountain West. I mean, does it get better than this?
Such a competitive league, quality at the top, and the top goes all the way to number 7. Really incredible.
You have 1 through 7 separated by 1 game in the loss column. It is going to be one fantastic finish in the Mountain West Conference. So we hope you enjoyed this one here from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, as the Wolfpack come in here and knock off the running Rebels 69-66. For Terrence Ogilvie, I'm Darren Clark. You've been watching Mountain West After Dark on FS1.